Hi everybody, it's Noelia with My Moxie Dreams. Thanks for joining me today. Today is a bonus video. As you can see in front of me, I have the Paper Tess Designs Daily Notebook, pocket size. This is part 2, it says, 2024, July through December. So I'm excited to share how I would use this. Okay, if you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy this content. And if you do, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. For everybody else, I know that many of you were asking about how I would use this. So like I said, I got it yesterday. Unexpectedly, I got it. And I didn't think it was going to be that quick. Or actually, I forgot I ordered it, to be honest with you. So it came in yesterday. I got to play with it. And yeah, I'm going to give you my honest opinion and show you how I would use this. All right. So first and foremost, as soon as I got it, it's so smooth and you just don't want to, I don't even want to put a cover on it because it's just so beautifully and smooth. I don't know what she used, but I love it. All right, I'm not going to kind of go into detail about the actual planner and what's in here. I will just kind of show you quickly. There is a weekly overview, and then she has dailies. Okay, it looks very much like Pocket Moleskine. And then in the back, she has a bunch of dot grid paper. I want to say it's like 100 pages. Again, I recommend you go see Just Scribbles. I will leave a link down below to her video. She has a beautiful in-depth video, and she's the reason why I ordered this. She kind of goes through the comparison between this and Pocket Moleskine. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to kind of show you quickly. This is what the dailies look like. Here's what the weeklies look like. Okay. And then at the beginning, she has monthlies, which are beautiful. This is what we all wish Moleskine would do, is these month on 2 pages. Absolutely love this. And then she has these 1 through 31. And what else does she have in here that I didn't? Oh, and she's got her paper test, which you guys know I have these in my current Pocket Moleskine, so you can see that. Oh yeah, she's got the year overview, which I think also is beautiful because they're bigger than, I want to say they look bigger than Pocket Moleskines. Love it. Okay, so everything about this I absolutely love. Again, I just love touching it. It's so freaking soft and smooth. Now it does come with a band similar to Pocket Moleskine. I don't know if I was just messing with it too much, but the top popped out, and I don't use these anyway. If you see my Pocket Moleskine, I either put them on the back or I tear them out. The same for the page little ribbon. I've never liked this in my Pocket Moleskine, and I also tear this out. So those two I just tore out. It's not because of the quality, it's just my preference to tear those out. Okay, so I have mentioned in previous videos that I have never tried this Tomoe River paper. You know, I butcher words, I mix up my little sayings. It is what it is, okay? It's who I am. You guys have embraced my dorkiness and my craziness, so there it is. I'd never tried this. So the first thing I did when I got this yesterday is I went to the back and I just started writing my normal, like just writing whatever I could think of to see how it felt. It's very smooth and it's very thin. I have never, again, used this kind of paper. I know that the planner community is in love with this paper, or at least the majority. I always hear people talk about it, or, you know, I don't know what planners have it in there, but I hear a lot of people just love this paper. Again, for the 2 reasons, right? They're thin, it's thin. I hear that it takes fountain pens and Tombows and all of that well. So again, I wanted to see how it felt. It feels beautifully. You know, I just use my gel pens, so I'm not really like a pen person, like fountain pen person. I like what I like. And so I use my Sharpie gel, S gel, and everything I use is a 0.38 point. You guys know I use my Tombos a lot. And then recently, my favorite pen, where is she? Where's my little fatty bo batty? Oh, here she is. My Uniball 1, this is also 0.38. That's what I've been using. So I tried this page out and I immediately thought I don't like it. And the reason is, I don't know what you call this. I think it's ghosting. But for me, it's not even the ghosting that matters. I can feel the impression on the next page of what I wrote on this page. I can feel the impression, if that makes sense, like the indentations of my words on the other side. So with that being said, it's not that I don't like the planner. I love the planner. This kind of paper, I understand why people love it, but look, I'm at my second page. And you can see already the ghosting from even the page before. So when you are writing on this page, it is very evident and you can feel it. And I'm not one who presses really hard. So the fact that my normal just kind of pressure of writing causes the indentation on the back side is a big problem for me. Again, this is not in reference to the planner. I'm talking specifically about the paper because so many of you have offered to send me paper, have talked about how much you love this paper, and I've always been curious, like, what is so great about this paper? So having it in front of me and getting to test it, it is absolutely so smooth to write on. I absolutely do love that. I love that it's thin. It's luxurious. I don't know. Paper Tess did an amazing job by picking this paper. I get it. It is probably one of the most liked paper. It is certainly better than freaking Moleskine, you guys. Like, sweet Jesus. We all know Moleskine Papergate was a big deal. I personally could not use this paper, maybe for like notes and doodling in my notes part of my planner. But because of the impression on the back and because it's so easily, like you can see, that for my OCD is really tough to process, okay? So again, this has nothing to do with the planner. This has to do with the paper, because a lot of you were like, how can you not have tested this kind of paper? Like, Noelia, where have you been? So I love the fact that she gave so many notes in the back so that I could test it. Okay, so that's that. Then the other thing that I've mentioned before I even purchased this, was that I knew the layout looked amazing. I knew it. I was like, man, this is like perfection. She took everything from Moleskine that was great and she incorporated it in here. And then she added all the good stuff. Like she added, you know, the whatchamacallits. She added the month on 2 pages, which we all wanted. She added the monthly so that we won't have to tape them in or tip them in. Her quarterly view also is just, you know, she added a lot of elements that many of us will take advantage and love. And then her quarterly views, I think it's somewhere up here, also beautifully done. A++ on her layout. I absolutely love it. My only downside, the only negative that I can say is just that it's not a full year. For me, the whole purpose of my pocket Moleskine is so that I can reference the entire year. That is the one and only thing I wish that she would have made, and maybe she will in the future, who knows. It'll be a big chunky thingamabob, but who cares? We all love chunky, right? Come on, you guys. We like our chunky monkey planners. So half the year is already pretty substantial, but that's because she, like I said, she gave us so many beautiful empty note pages, which, as we all know, Moleskine does not. Moleskine gives you like 3 pages at the back of the planner. So the idea that she gave you all of this paper, I absolutely understand, because a lot of people want to make, you know, different notations on the back that they would like to have. Totally get it. For me, I would prefer the entire year. That's just me. But I also know the reason behind it, I'm sure, is because she knew that that would be a good jonk, you know what I mean? Like a chunker, like beyond chunky, right? Okay, so that's the only negative. The paper is not a negative. It's just I'm not used to this paper, and so I can feel the indentation. That's just paper-wise. The only negative, again, is just that it's not the full year, okay? However, playing with it last night, I was like, how would I use this? You know, how would I use this? So I'm gonna kind of just show you how I was playing with it last night. I love the monthlies. So you can see here, this I was able to transfer from my rings planner and be able to put, so the roominess of this monthly, chef's kiss. She did amazing. They're big boxes. I can write my normal writing, not have to be like tiny writing. And it's perfect. The spaciousness of this is perfect. I just forgot to add my stickers. Do I have stickers left? Let's see. Let's just put a sticker here because I would had, where's my, I am like all over the place today, you guys. I did a video this morning. Am I going insane? Yes, Noelia, you were already halfway there. All right, let's get my tweezers and let's just do a couple of these. Just because I want to do a plan with me with you so that you could see. We'll do that, and then let's do a bigger one over here. So I kind of like set it up to see, could I do this? How would I work it? What would I do? So here's my July, what July would be like if I was in here for the month of July, okay? So that was there. And I love, again, total positive. Love, love, love the month on 2 pages and how spacious it is. I love that she put the weeks here because that's something I love about my pocket Moleskine, is that I can quickly reference what week I'm on. I don't know if you can see that, but I love it. I love everything about it, okay? And then you have, let's go into, I just set one up with fake stuff. I just put fake check marks just so that you can see. And then you have this guy. I love the fact that she, let's put some, just so that we have it there. And then we'll put one on the bottom. Again, I can't not put stuff here. You guys know I'm a dork. Just because I like stuff decorated. All right, so I've just put random stuff just so I could see it. And again, I love that she included her trackers here. Again, chef's kiss. She already has the months there, so I wouldn't have to put my stickers here. It's already set. Again, if you see my trackers here, let me see. You see that I have to add them in, right? You see that I tape, double side tape them. I create labels so that here, the only downside of this for me is that I don't want to have to write this each month. And if you can see here, when I'm writing and I'm writing fast, it looks horrible. And because of my OCD, the idea that they're not going to be consistent or look the same would cause me a problem. Just mentally, I'd get fixated on it. And the fact that there wouldn't be continuity on how it looks would be an issue for me. So as much as I love, oh my God, I love Paper Tess. I love this insert. I'm telling you, I love her inserts. So as much as I love that she has the 6 months here, I would, in theory, I think what I would have to do is create stickers, like a one strip sticker that would just fit in here perfectly where it would have it, so that it would be similar to this, where it would automatically be the same font, the same kind of spacing, so that I wouldn't get caught up or fixated on the fact that I've handwritten it out. I hope that makes sense. But again, love it, love it, love it. I love that she added this in here. It is perfection. She really had the heart of a planner person when she did this. I'm sure she saw how the planner, the Moleskine Papergate was like, she's like, hold my beer, I can make it better. And she did. Okay, and then what I did is I played around with how this would look. Now, one of the things, let me go to this Sunday. I'm going to go to a Monday. So what you can see here is that her timeline starts at 6 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. Again, perfection. Because at Pocket Moleskine, it doesn't give you that many lines, and I typically start my day at 6 or 7. So that is what her timeline looks like. So what I did when I was playing around with it, I was like, oh, well, I could just cover the 6 and put my schedule there and it would work. And then she has extra lines down here and it's perfect. Like, I can't even tell you, it's perfect. So what I did is, instead of use that number 6 for the timeline for the schedule, I just used that as my schedule heading. And then what's perfect is that you then have the 7 through 9, and I don't have to put that little sticker in here. And that also, you guys know, it bulks up my planner because I'm putting it in every single page, which makes my Moleskine super fatty bobatty. So if you can see there, I won't need to put a sticker there. I will just be able to write my schedule in without having to put that additional sticker. Okay, so again, that already, I'm in love. Okay, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. All right, so I kind of just tested this out. Then I was thinking, what am I gonna do with this extra weekly review? And again, I was trying to figure out, like, how could this be like a one planner for me? Like, that I use this more often, because I've mentioned to you guys that the only thing I use this for really is the first thing in the morning, I log the temperature, and then I go to my tracker and enter my sleep. Then in the evening, I download my day, so that did I water the garden, did anything important that I would want to reference at a later time. All right. So in thinking about this, how could I make this more functional, where it's more of a staple in my planner, okay? Or possibly use it as my main planner. And so what I started thinking, like, what could I put here in a weekly view that would be beneficial to me, that paired with this weekly view, the dailies are perfection, and then how would I use the weekly? Because many of you know, my weeklies are in my everyday carry. This is what my weeklies look like. I have my work reminders, meal, garden, health tracker, and then my week overview, and then the back has my weekly spending. So that is my lifeline. My weekly is my main reference in my planner for my everyday carry that's open and on my desk. So I was trying to figure out, how could I use this? So here's what I came up with, guys. Here I just put, just to kind of replicate, I wanted to see how this would look. And so I added our July theme just in front of the one that I did. I didn't do the whole, I was gonna do the whole month, and then I realized I did the wrong color. So I just wanted to test this out. Now again, these are the normal words that I use for my Moleskine. The Moleskine, the spacing is a little wider than this spacing. This is a little bit narrower, but I love it because you get more lines. And I think she did a freaking phenomenal job. So these words are I think these are 12 the size 12. And so you'll see when we get in here, what I did was, did I do that here? Yeah, so what I did is I reprinted the words in a size 10 because the size 10 would fit better here than the big ones. The big ones just felt too large. The words felt too large for the spacing in that area. So I downgraded the text to a 10, and it feels, what's the word I'm looking for? It just looks more proportioned, okay? So here's what a day would look like here. And here's the back side, and I decided to put stickers so that we could see what that would really look like. Again, not having the timestamp here, the tape that I print is nice. I just don't, they're really light, and so I don't know how I feel about that, but I just like the fact that I don't have to add an additional sticker because she has it so perfectly laid out. I went ahead and did my temperatures in the same spot that I would normally have them. If you guys know, in the pocket, there's a place where you can put, you know, the temperature and what it looks like outside. And so because I'm a creature of habit, I've just gone ahead and done it, even though there's no little icons for it. But the space that she allows for, because she made the lines a little bit narrower than Moleskine, it's perfect. It's perfect. So what I decided to do for this weekly view, this end of the week, so you have Sunday on one side and then you have the weekly view, I thought, okay, if I were to use this as my everyday kind of planner and have it be more of a staple in my planning system, I thought I would use this page as my weekly spending. And so I went ahead and copied what my weekly spending was for this particular week, which was, this is the only thing I don't like, is that she doesn't have the week. So it's week number 28. And Moleskine, at the bottom of each page, it tells you what week you're on. That I actually wish she would have done. I'm sure other people are like, listen, all of us are going to have likes and dislikes with any planner that we play with, right? Some of us are glad that there's not the week taking up at the bottom. Some of us don't like that it's here. Like, I've heard different reviews, even on the monthlies. Some people don't like that it's here because it feels like they could have used that space for something else. I actually like it. I just wish that the bottoms the weekly overview would have maybe which week we're actually closing out. That's my only, kind of recommendation or thing I would have liked, because I do reference what week we're on often. All right, so what I did here is I created a sticker, and again, this takes me forever to do. I created a sticker that you could just pull off and it would go to the weekly so that I would be able to track my weekly spending here in my pocket, because this I would just be able to throw in my bag. And yeah, I don't know if this is, again, if it was going to be a staple in my planner system and actually take up possibly my weekly, if I were to use this, it would very much so replace my weekly insert, like very much so, and you'll see why in a second. So that's what I thought. I thought, okay, here's what Sunday would look like. Again, the only issue I'm having, and you can't really tell here, but just because of the thinness of this particular paper, you can see or feel the indentation on the other side. That's the only thing that, for me, again, has nothing to do with the planner itself. The planner layout is perfection. It's just I'm not used to this paper, which makes it hard for me to adjust. I'm sure I would adjust. As a matter of fact, after I set up the week, I was like, ooh, I kind of like this. Again, the only issue is just that there's a lot of ghosting because it's so thin, and then the indentation bothers me. It's a sensory issue for me. So that's the other kind of issue. But here's what, again, the weekly overview at the end of the week would be my weekly spending. This is how I would set this up. My normal daily setup for my dailies would look identical. The only difference is I wouldn't need to put my time tape here because she has it already, and she has more time slots. I love that it starts at 7 and ends at 9. That is perfect. Oh my God, I can't even tell you how perfect that is. This weekly overview, I really love that she included this page, and I get it because she needed to make a complete week so that it's all, it's the same. And I love this. I would use this as my weekly spending. Okay, so then let's get into what my week would look like. So again, it would have to replace my weeklies in my ring planner. I love that she has these boxes. I wish she would have made them a little bit longer to be able to put multiple appointments. As you can see here, there's just one appointment. And again, I'm not super busy that I have 5 appointments in one day. Kind of reminds me of my weekly. I love that she left a blank line here because for those of you who like washi, you could put washi there to kind of separate the boxes from the note part. So here's what it looks like regularly, right? You just have the boxes and then you have all this note paper that you can, or note lines that you can use for whatever you want. So what I decided to do is, again, try to think if I would implement it more than what I do my current Moleskine, how would I do it? And so what I decided to do is create categories in this page where it's shit to remember. You guys know I have that on my weekly, call, work reminders, and errands, because in my everyday carry, what my new kind of layout had work reminders, and this has been really working for me, but this is what my week would look like. So again, I created this tape for the weekly so that I would just be able to tape it there and then write in. And then I created this to be able to put the same thing in every week. So the shit to remember, call, work reminders, and errands. And that way it would be something simple for me to, once I highlight those areas in the week, I would then be able to put the stickers and then use it accordingly. So that's how I would use it. I would use the daily perfection. I would use the end of the week as my weekly spending. I would use the weekly to replace my weekly in my ring planner. And I actually love this more than the ring one because, again, I would be able to reference the week in this planner and go back weeks. If you don't know, after my weeklies are done, once I'm done with this, I hold it for a month and then they get tossed. So the idea that this would be able to stay here and I'd be able to look at the week and say, oh yeah, what did I do that week? When was it? I love it. I love it. Like this is what has sold me on this. This weekly view is perfection, and I would certainly utilize it exactly like I have it here. This weekly review, 100%, this would be my spending tracker area. The months the boxes are so wide that I 1000% could be able to use this on a daily basis to reference. The only negative is they're not tabbed, but that's a me issue. That's not the planner issue. I like to have tabs. Again, that could be solved with, companies who sell the little tabs, Midori, whatever they are. But this certainly would be functional for me to use on a day-to-day basis. And then the planner, I would have to just create a sticker that would fill in here. But again, see, look at the previous page. The previous page, I've already done it, and you can see through that really easily. And again, those are the two cons. The two cons for me is that the paper, I'm not used to this kind of Tomoe River paper. And so the ghosting and the impression, I can feel the impression on either side. That's a negative. And the fact that it's not the full year is a negative. Those are my personal negatives. It may not be the negatives for anybody else. Everything else about this planner is perfection. If I were to leave my daily planner, this is so close to what I would want a planner to be for me to get away from a ring planner and just do the note bound. The only consideration is just like, how would I track? And I'm guessing that's why she would have all these pages back here, because you would be able to put like your books to read or the to-dos. Your to-dos would all be here, I would assume. But I would like a monthly to-do, which all of these things I could tip in to make it perfect for me. But man, I'm tempted. And again, I'm using this as just a trial. I bought it. I was gonna not keep it. I was gonna just simply write here and then tear this page out and give it away to somebody. But then I was like, wait a second, I really love the fact that I could keep my weeklies in the dailies and be able to reference both my dailies and be able to reference my weeklies back. I love this. This 1000% could take over my weeklies in my ring planner. 1000%. And listen, if I tell you, I would be lying if I tell you I'm not considering it. I am 1,000,000% considering it for 2025. I am not going to use this for 2024 because my brain will not allow me to walk away from the remainder of the year here. But certainly for 2025, this is a contender to replace my Moleskine. The only issue is being able, for sensory wise, to be able to handle the thinness of the paper, the ghosting, and the impressions. And secondly, being able to handle that I will have 2 books instead of 1. Those are the 2 kind of really hard questions I have to ask myself. But considering that I would be able to have my weeklies kept in one place that I could reference, along with having my dailies, along with being able to see my monthlies so perfectly here. Let me go here. Like the fact that I could utilize this in real life and not like how I do it in my monthlies here, which they suck. You guys, we all know, like you can, I only use my monthlies and I have tiny little stickers and I basically use this to track little things because you can't fit appointments in the Moleskine. So the idea that she created this perfection, I'm telling you guys, for 2025, this may be my new planner it may be, like I'm telling you, because I could utilize the pages so much more and eliminate some of the things in my ring planner. Now, the things that are of concern would be little things like meal planning, things that I would need in an everyday carry, but this would be so close to having this be an everyday carry for me. I would probably most likely, one thing I was thinking about, and I'm going to do another, this is probably too long already, so I'll probably do another video as the plan with me and the paper Tess, and we can do it together. But something I'm thinking about doing is having a cardstock or laminated thing. This is what I mean, like pretend that I'm spending a lot. I would create a paper that would do this, so that I would have extra space if I do overspend that week, so that I would have a second page. I would do that, and I would just tip it in, put paper, and do that. Okay, that's the first thing. And then I was thinking, like, how would I, where's my little girl? My girl would fit, I would have to, yeah, she fits in here perfect. So she would be my divider, clearly, right? We know I would still do themes. I would still do the whole shebang. But then I was thinking I would like to have something that would be two-sided. I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to create it, and then during the next, when I set up a plan with me in here, just so that we could go over what a plan with me would look like in here. When I do that, I'm going to have created what I'm thinking would solve for a monthly to-do list, and a like a little pocket that would have important things for that week, if that makes sense. So this is kind of just going to be, I thought I was going to do a plan with me, but it looks like I'm not. I don't want to have this video be 500 hours long. So this is basically just a review, I guess. The next video that I make will be a plan with me in here, and then trying to solve for a couple of things if I were to make this my everyday carry, because it has so many things in here that would, yeah, that would be easy to make this an everyday carry. So yeah, that's where I'm at, you guys. This is what, again, I'll go through what my month would look like. I haven't decided what these quarterlies, what I would use this for, or the quarterly overviews. I haven't decided quite yet what I would use those for. So I'm still thinking through how this would help me in something else. Maybe this be my boss tracker, like when I have face-to-face with him. It could be, who knows? It's still up in the air, but certainly the things I love is the monthly. Here's what July would look like. And then I just put this in here for a tester. This is what July dailies would look like with the stickers. This is what my weekly spending would look like if it would move into this planner. This is what my weekly would look like. Again, replacing my weekly from my rings. It would then just live here. And again, I make all of these stickers. I create them on my silhouette and then just put them to size and then cut them out. And so again, this is a sheet. This is words. I think I have them here. Again, here are the sheets and what they look like. Here's the sheet for the weeklies. And again, it's trial and error. You guys asked me, am I willing to sell them? I'm not, because they're not perfect. They're just for me. These are 10, what is the word? The font is 10, and in my Moleskine it's a 12. And yeah, this is what my weeklies would look like, you guys. So I just kind of wanted to show you those two things, how I would utilize it as of right now. And I've only had it for less than 24 hours. And this is kind of the layout I have thought about and would work for me. The only issue is if I run out of room, which I doubt I will. I think this is perfect. I think this is perfect, you guys. Again, the thing that is interesting is that the Tombow doesn't leak through. It does kind of have a little bit of a shadow, but not too bad. And yeah, I love it, you guys. I genuinely freaking love it. I think this part has me sold. Will I use it in 2025? There's a possibility. Will I use it this year? No. I will play around with it here and there, try different layouts and share those with you, but I will keep, because I already have this started, and this is literally my reference for the year and going backward. I wouldn't be able to stop what I'm doing to move into this. I just wouldn't. So I will be playing around with this. I will be trying different layouts and setups in this and sharing that with you guys. I will do a plan with me with you guys in these and just try out different layouts to give you guys ideas of how to use it. But I will not be using it for the remainder of this year. This is just kind of a tester to decide, could I use it for 2025? And the answer is, based on what I've played with it so far, it's a contender. It is a contender to replace Moleskine, 1000%. All right. Okay, everybody. I hope that was informative. I hope that it gave you some insight. Again, I absolutely love Paper Tess and what she did in this. It's like chef's kiss perfection. There's just a couple of items that have me hung up on whether I would use it 1000%. But I love it. I love everything about it. It is more of a yes. I would say 90% yes, 10% no. But again, I have the entire half of the year to work on that 10% to make it be something that I would be able to use in 2025. I keep repeating myself. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking. All right, everybody. Again, if you are new here and you enjoyed this kind of content, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. For everybody else, thanks for joining me. I hope this gave you some kind of insight. If you have questions, just leave them below, but we will be playing around with this in future videos. Okay? I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye.